slowly but surely, with each season progression, he's getting much, much stronger of a backbone on his body, and he's not that, do I use the word complacent? I would probably say that he's now more of a guy who's now more apt to standing up for himself to get what he wants, more so than before.
Wait till you see what we got coming up for him. I mean, honestly, you're hitting the nail on the head there, and I think Gabe has been a guy who has wanted that, and we're riding toward that right now, and it's an interesting color to see on him. He is, again, this goes to the characters evolve, in the same way that having someone like Nick playing Jack, now that he's a cop, some people at first were like, well, why would you do that? Well, because getting him outside of that bar, getting him active in these cases, and
right.
The same way that Nolan now can be active with Emily, and you'll see in the midwinter break, they all get to play roles in things, and where they wouldn't have been able to before, so that everyone has a really kind of exciting role to play in this story and not just stand on the sideline.
Oh, that's awesome. I can't wait to see that. That's going to be amazing. And what else is amazing is the fact that, I don't know if a lot of people heard this. They should have heard it by now, but in case people haven't heard about the latest casting edition on the show from Sons of Anarchy, which is about to wrap up its series next week, Tommy Flanagan is joining the show, and that is going to be amazing. I love that actor. I cannot wait to see what's going to come down the road for him.
Well, at the first table read with him, when he first opened his mouth, the entire room shifted and just stared at him because he was imposing, he was powerful, he just commanded this table read, and it was really, really exciting. And I don't think you're going to believe how awesome he is on screen. I mean, obviously you're a fan, you know him, but boy, he brings some real heat and juice to the show that is fantastic.
Uh-oh. Oh, man, I can't wait now. Is there, like, some way that we can make this happen before January hits?
I know. The wait is tough. The wait is tough. But you're really going to like kind of what comes down the pike. And there's some really big twists and turns and surprises that we're trying to emulate the last year's finale as much as possible in as many episodes as we can, where there are those scream out loud moments and also emotional moments. Because some of the other moments in the finale or the episode right before the finale where Emily gets to see Conrad taken down, those types of moments are brutal from an emotional standpoint. But then you have someone like Emily Van Camp just crush it,
absolutely.
And then you have Madeline Stowe just blowing people out of the water too, because she can just destroy a scene. There is a moment in this upcoming episode where Madeline is just jaw-droppingly good. It was one of those exciting moments where my mother came to visit the set that day. And I said, well, you picked a good day because you're going to watch Madeline just destroy this scene for 3 or 4 hours. And she did. I mean, it was you will know the moment I'm talking about when you see it.
Okay.
And it is really, really amazing to see. Those are those moments on set where you don't give notes. You just kind of sit back and watch because you don't want to get in the way of the process. Especially when someone is just zoned in on what the scene needs to be, both on a macro level and a micro level. So Madeline is particularly good at knowing that. And her notes, when she gives them on certain things, can be just really spot on and brilliant for that reason, because she understands story and theme and thinks on that level.
Right. And, of course, we saw the promo for the episode that's going to air on Sunday, and of course, it says, who will die next? And all we can sit here and sit and wonder is, are they really about to rip our hearts out with another death? Are they really going to do that to us? Are we really going to be so pissed to a point where we're going to cry mercifully?
Well, obviously there's a death in the mid-season finale. I can't tell you who it is. I can't even hint at who it is.
I don't want you to hint at who it is. I just want you to say, how hard will we take it? On a scale of 0 to 10.
Again, I want to be careful what I say, but what I will tell you is this, that this is my favorite thing of anything I've ever written. And we watched the episode yesterday with Phil Eisler, the composer, who is, by the way, a genius. And the last piece of music he wrote for it, he said, this is my favorite piece I've ever written for this show. It's just, I think people are really going to respond to a satisfying ending to this episode, and I think it's going to be exciting. And I'm not going to say any more than that. All I'm going to say is that it's a really good episode.
Okay. You said this is his favorite piece you've written for, because my favorite was episode 15 in season 1. So, all right. If he says that, I will definitely can't wait to hear this piece.
And part of the reason why this episode works is that it is the culmination of 9 great episodes leading up to it. And it's just answering a lot of questions, answering a lot of things that either people have been wondering about or tying up where stories are going, but also trying to lay the groundwork for when you see the end of this episode, you realize there's a lot more story to tell. Mm-hmm. And there's a lot of stuff coming at all of these characters. And again, people aren't going to be the same. Things are going to continue to change and develop and evolve.
It's another thing I wanted to mention, too, because I forgot it at first, and then I remembered it. How it's interesting, we now don't start off an episode with the voiceover anymore. Yes. What made you guys decide to now do that? Is it because of the evolution of the show now? We don't need that anymore, or is it because of other reasons?
Well, we didn't always do it. We mainly did it. There were some episodes, if you look back, you go, oh, they didn't do it that one. Right. Even in season 1, I think episode 20, which was kind of the flashback episode that was written by Dan Dworkin and Jay Beatty. That one I don't believe had a voiceover.
No.
The thing with voiceover is when you use it all the time, it forces a show to open and close at a certain pace. And I think you'll notice now that some of our episodes open with a lot more energy and excitement right off the bat, which we couldn't really have done if you have a kind of slower music and listening to the voiceover. And so ultimately we decided if the show is going to continue to evolve and change, we want to shake things up a little bit. And that was one of the things that we thought, let's play with that. Let's see. I don't think we would be opposed to having voiceover again if it is organic to the show or that episode. But all I'll say is watch for this episode coming up even.
Okay.
Yeah. But you'll see that we're toying around with different things as we move forward in the season.
Awesome. And we had a Twitter question come through. Of course, this is one of those open-ended ones, but I'm going to mess up your screen name, sir, but I will do my best to pronounce it. I think it's Nick 3, even though it's spelled NK, number 3, play 2. Nick 3, play 2 wants to know if you'll ever try to write Jack and Emily as a couple.
Well, I mean, that is a question that I certainly can't answer one way or the other, but it would be crazy to think that we close any doors completely.
Yeah.
There are people that couldn't imagine Emily with anyone but Jack, and there are people that can't imagine Emily with anyone but Daniel, or still bemoan Aiden being gone. So, there only open doors here in the writers' room.
Poor Aiden Mathis. I still miss him, but poor Aiden.
I miss Barry on set. Luckily, he lives down the street from me, so I still get to drink beers with him. But he is an awesome actor, and he is an awesome guy. And let me tell you, I think The Whispers is going to be an awesome show, because what he's shown me so far from it, it is really cool, and he's going to be a badass on that show.
I can't wait to see him on that. I pretty much watched him since he was on Hollyoaks, and coming over here to the U.S., watching him over here, and then getting to see him on Revenge just proved how much I loved him as an actor and as a person between those two shows, those two entities now, and seeing the promotions for The Whispers. I think it's going to be good. Shout out to Barry Sloan on that front. We can't wait to see it. But, I honestly think I don't know how you're going to be able to cram all the revelations within an hour on this episode on Sunday, but I can't wait to find out.
Well,
sure.
Every act has a lot of stuff that happens in it, I'll tell you that much. And it's actually even worse than an hour. It's 43 minutes. That's when my friends who write for HBO or Showtime, they get an extra, basically 15 minutes to work with, and that's, when you really think about it, that's like an act and a half worth of material. It's not fair. It's not fair.
It's going to be interesting. I'm sure Twitter is going to be blowing up. Will you actually be around to live tweet with the show on Sunday?
I will definitely be live tweeting the West Coast feed. I wish I could do the East Coast feed, but I will definitely be live tweeting the West Coast feed, and I think I'm probably going to have a couple of guest stars over at the house with me, so we'll probably be posting some pictures and whatnot while we're live tweeting together, and I will also be uploading a whole heck of a lot of behind-the-scenes photos that night as well on Twitter, which I've done a lot, and anyone who follows my Twitter feed at Carter Hall, Karterhol, they know that I put up a lot already from this episode, but I put up non-spoiler ones. I got a lot of spoiler ones that I will put up as the episode airs and after we hit those marks.
Okay, very, very cool. As he said, you can follow him on Twitter as well as on Instagram at Carter Hall. We'll have the links up on our website as well, and I'll hold down the fort on the East Coast, you guys. Just so you know, I will be live tweeting on the East Coast feed at 9 Central. You can follow me over there. So I'll take care of business on the East Coast. He'll handle the West Coast side of it. So don't worry, it's all good. It's all
Sounds good. That's good. Yeah, we
just thought I'd let them know.
Absolutely. No, and we greatly appreciate you pushing our show, and we greatly appreciate how rabid our fans are. I try to go on Twitter as much as I can to say thanks to them and to answer questions when I can. But our fans are something unique, and they are passionate, and they follow you, and they'll call you out if you make a mistake. But
they sure do.
Yes.
But they sure do.
Yeah. But we all here in the writers' room, we really do. We love this show. We think about the show all the time, and we work really hard to try to honor both the characters and the history of the show, because it's a great honor to be on the show and to have so many fans who really love it.
It's amazing to see how many fans come out of the woodwork when this show is on, and I've never had so much interaction with people on Twitter for a whole hour than during this show. It's completely mesmerizing to me that I'm seeing all these retweets and responses and questions that's going on in the matter of the time that the show is on. It baffles me still, but it's amazing to see how many people come out of the woodwork to show the love for the show and the support for the show, not just the writers itself, not just with Phil, but also what's going on, other fans of the show and the actors. It's just a huge, huge deal for them, and I think it's amazing.